Moving back to my childhood home in Leesburg, Virginia, after my mother passed away in 1997 was going to be a big challenge, considering I had vowed many years ago never to drive again. Living in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania since 1969, I didn't need to drive because public transportation was readily available. Whenever I went home to visit, my kids and I rode the train. Back in 1960, my parents, Reverend Lewis Roberts and Mrs. Leona Polk Roberts, built a home on Sickland Road, 4 miles outside the town limits of Leesburg. We moved to the country, surrounded by farms where the roads were unpaved, full of rocks, and lined with trees. In my junior year at Loudoun County High, I enrolled in driver's training. However, I was the worst driver in the class, so I was relieved when the instructor dismissed me, but I still carried my learner's permit. I really wanted my driver's license, and my mother offered to continue my lessons. We were both nervous. My mother had only been driving for 5 years herself. That Sunday, we ventured out on the Evergreen Mills Road, passing one of several farms in the area. The road was narrow and winding. I thought I was doing fine. And then these 2 huge trees with large protruding roots appeared. Even though I was momentarily frazzled and a bit scared, I pushed on through. Meanwhile, my mother threw up both hands over her eyes and screamed. That did it. She told me to stop the car so she could drive back home. Of course, that was my last lesson with my mother. I thought I would never drive again, but a couple of weeks later, my dad asked if I wanted to drive home from school. Very reluctantly, I said yes. So we piled in the front seat of the pickup truck. My dad sat in the middle, and my sister in the passenger seat. A few moments later, I looked in the rearview mirror and noticed a police car coming up behind us. With my heart in my mouth, I pulled over. What happened next must have been a sign from God that driving was not for me. The state trooper asked for my learner's permit and for my father's driving license. To my dismay, the trooper said my permit had expired. Of course, we landed in traffic court, and that day I vowed never to get behind the wheel of a car again. Fast forward to 1997. My mother made her transition, and I moved back to the home place on Sickland Road. However, before I left Pittsburgh, I took the driver's test and passed at the age of 52. I had been driving for almost 10 years when I had a dream about my father. We were driving down that same country road, and he was in the driver's seat. I looked over at him, and at once we changed positions. Now I was in the driver's seat. He smiled at me and said, "Daughter, you are going to be all right."